What is going on YouTube? It's Down South Player 713 coming back with another video. This video is gonna be some pickups I got earlier today. Just a quick side note, by 2018, the beginning of 2018, the first month or so, I hope to buy a vlogging camera, because I know vlogging is where it's at now. People want to see more than just pickups. They want to go through the whole process, how it goes. So that's the plan. Hopefully beginning of next year I get to start doing that, and hopefully editing and actually doing some quality work on the videos, because I feel like I have decent content. The content is there. Like, I know there's stuff that I could probably, people would want to see, and I could put that out. It's just the quality on the videos is just basic. It's just shot through a phone, so there's no quality in it. But yeah, hopefully by 2018 I get to do some better videos. Well, anyway, back to the video. Back to this video. I went to the mall and I went to a couple stores, and I found some pickups that I actually was kind of digging. And let's just get into them, man. They're gonna be toy related, so just give you a heads up. If you like toys, stick around. This one is coming from Think Geek. Think Geek is a little kind of like a branch of GameStop. It's kind of they don't sell video games, but it is a branch affiliated with GameStop. Like, I know that's where I got my my Megazord for the, I think it was the Comic-Con. I think it was San Diego Comic-Con. Think Geek did get the Megazord. That's was able to pick that up from them. So shout out to Think Geek. Check them out if y'all have any in your store or in your location. Check out their store. And I picked two things up from them. The first one is something I've been needing. It's these pop protectors, straight from Funko. They Think Geek also does sell their own protectors. I think GameStop sells them too. They're similar to this, but I think it's a different plastic material it's made out of, and the cover is like just a black and green cover on theirs. But it does the same thing, man. All it is it gives it some type of protection, so your boxes stay in pretty good shape. And to be honest, I need to get like about 4 or 5 more of those, because I have a bunch of pops that need to be put in slots. That one's gonna go for the metallic bears I showed you earlier today. That's what that one's for. And this next one I was able to get from them was this Dallas Cowboys old school Deion Sanders. Now, I don't remember him playing. I wasn't a Cowboys fan. I wasn't a football fan in general since I think it was 2012, 2013 when I first became a NFL fan and or football fan. And I think it was about a year or two later, or maybe a year later, when I became a Cowboys fan. I just liked watching football at work because they did a bunch of gambling on the pots, and I would watch the games to see if I would win. But I never had a team, and eventually I picked the Cowboys for whatever reason. I picked the Cowboys, which is weird because everyone tells me I should have been a Texans fan because I live in Houston, but I don't know. I was always just a Cowboys fan. That's the team I kind of gravitated to. And I think a big reason of that was because King of the Hill. King of the Hill was one of my favorite shows, and Hank Hill was a Cowboys fan. So if the Cowboys are good enough for Hank Hill, they're good enough for me. But besides that, I did like Tony Romo. Tony Romo was a pretty good quarterback, and I remember watching him when they played against Houston back in 2013, I believe, when Romo threw that 60-yard or 70-yard pass to, I forgot who, but I remember it was against J.J. Watt. He shook J.J. Watt and threw the touchdown and made a touchdown. I think that was pretty awesome. So I think it was around that time where I became a Cowboys fan. I was just hooked. So yeah, I don't remember Deion Sanders playing, but I figure I get him to show some respect to the old school diehard Cowboys fans. And that's all I got from Think Geek. This next bag has no branding. This one's coming from a little smaller boutique store that's inside the mall called Media Magic. And the cool thing about them is kind of like a pop culture store. It has a bunch of shirts, toys, backpacks, novelties. They do have some tongue rings, some body piercings, earrings, nose rings, tongue rings, belly rings, just a bunch of random stuff. But it's a pop culture store, kind of similar to Hot Topic, but not so dark, more bright. And they do have a good selection of pops there. So again, I got some more pops. And keeping it with the Cowboys theme, these next ones are also Cowboys related. And let's go with this one. This is a Roger Staubach. I think if I'm not mistaken, he was a quarterback as well. He was a quarterback, one of the better quarterbacks back in the day. I heard his name come up a few times, so I'm not gonna say I know anything about him because this was before my time. But he was a pretty good quarterback from what I was told. Yeah, that's all this. That's all back. And this next one more that I'm not familiar with is this Tom Landry. This Tom Landry pop. The only thing I know about him was he was a pretty good coach. Maybe, I guess, debatable if he was the best Cowboys coach there was. But one thing I do know about him was his top hat. That was one of his signatures. When you thought of Tom Landry, you thought about his top hat. So I do know that. And fun fact, when I went to San Antonio to the Wax Museum, they had a Tom Landry wax statue of him. So pretty cool. I mean, he is pretty famous. I guess he had to be pretty famous for them to be put in the Wax Museum. But again, this is before my time, so I can't really comment too much of it. So let's show respect to the older Cowboys generation. And this last one is something I'm real familiar with. Is Ezekiel Elliott. Ezekiel is fairly second year into the league, and one of the best running backs in my opinion. He I think the only team that was able to stop him this year was the Broncos. They were able to stop him. Other than that, he does average a pretty decent amount of yards per game. So this is something that I'm gonna remember from my generation. And there's also two more of these that came together with this set. It was a Dak Prescott and there was a Dez Bryant. Probably somewhere back there you'll see it of all the other ones that come with it. But they did have a Dak Prescott and they did have a Dez Bryant with the beanie, but they had box damage to them, so I didn't bother getting them. I'm gonna wait till I find a good box. But I do hope to pick up the Dak Prescott for sure. And I already have a Dez Bryant, but it's the old school Dez Bryant from a couple years back. So if I don't get them, it's fine. But I would like to get those two coming up real soon if I do get the chance. And I don't know. There was also a couple other ones that I wanted to get, but I don't know how I feel about getting them. There was an Odell Beckham I wanted that I don't know why I didn't get it. I felt kind of blasphemous to get him, but I didn't want to get him. I didn't want to get a Cam Newton, and Derek Carr was pretty cool. And who was the last one? Antonio Brown and Eli Manning. They have those, and I don't know how I feel about getting them because I don't know. It does seem kind of blasphemous, but they're good players, you know. They're decent players. I know Odell Beckham's out, but he was a very good. I think if Odell Beckham was playing this year, we probably would have lost to him. Possibly we could have lost to him. I know they beat us last year. New York beat us twice, the beginning of the year, and then during the end of the year they beat us, and we finally were able to win this year. But that's why I kind of want Odell Beckham, and there's other football players on there. Not everyone I want, but there's a few of them that I do want. But I just feel kind of blasphemous to get them. But I don't know, if I ever go into the mall and I don't see anything I want, I might just settle on them. Or if I can get them on sale, I might just get them also. But yeah, those are some Cowboy pickups I got today. Hopefully y'all thought they were cool. Let me know what y'all think, if you're a Cowboys fan or not. But whatever the case is, till next time, thank you for